What is up, everybody? It's your boy Joey Work, Run Pure Bets, and I'm back. Gonna go through my best bets and leans and best looks for tomorrow. That is Thursday, June 24th, the entire 10-game MLB slate. Yesterday's or today's best bet of the Oakland A's first five minus a half via BetMGM minus 110. That was a loser. Fulton Nevich pitched great. He kept his composure, which I didn't think was going to happen. He didn't allow a run through the first five. So, you know what? Good for him. Oakland looks, kind of somewhat lost at the plate. They were taking a lot of fastballs right down the pipe and whatnot. But it is what it is. Can't win them all. So that makes my official YouTube record 32-18-3. But as you guys know, MLB daily grind continues. Yes, I do this day in and day out every single day for Run Pure Bet subscribers. Obviously, for you guys on YouTube, about 3 or 4 times a week. But it continues. So let's not waste any more time. And let's get on to these games for tomorrow. So first game is Kansas City Royals, New York Yankees. Yankees minus 175 favorites. Under-over is set at 10 in this game. So pretty interesting one here. We got Brad Keller versus Jameson Taillon. Both these guys, have been bad. Both starters have been bad this year. Keller has given up at least 5 earned runs in his last 3 starts, allowing 16 runs in his last 15 innings. And he's given up almost a hit and a half per inning this year. Excuse me. He's definitely also had trouble locating the ball and keeping it in the zone. He obviously gets the Yankees team somewhat stuttering at the plate. They've really struggled with runners in scoring position again tonight. They've had Kansas City basically pitched a bullpen game today, so they probably will try to stretch out Keller a little longer than normal. I think the starter only pitched 2 innings, I'm pretty sure it was only 2 innings today from the lefty from Kansas City Royals, and they've been bullpen ever since, and there's been a new guy almost every inning, maybe a couple guys. One guy pitched 2 innings, but in back-to-back nights for their closer, Holland. So I would expect them to try to keep Keller in as long as possible. That should benefit the Yankees, but as we know, the Yankees offense has been stirring. They've been struggling with runners in scoring position. Even tonight, there was a lot of walks. I think Kansas City had about 7-8 walks in this game. The Yankees still only had 4 runs going to the 9th. So obviously, I do think the Yankees should get some runs against Mr. Keller, and then they're going to see the bullpen. They'll probably see a couple arms that they saw tonight, and they're going to see the back end of the bullpen the rest of the way. So they should score some runs. Jameson Taillon for the Yankees, he's been really bad. He's been, Aaron Boone definitely lost some confidence in him as well. He's allowed 12 earned runs his last 15 innings. He's given up over a hit per inning this year as well. And neither of these teams really have much BVP here. But with that being said, this game is in Yankee Stadium, a small stadium. Depending on the wind may be blowing out tomorrow, but definitely has a factor. If the wind's blowing out, it definitely has a factor. But the form of each of these starters, Yankee Stadium, especially now without the sticky icky for either of these guys, I got to lean first 5 over here. I'm expecting that number to be 5, and I'm fine with a first 5 over 5 here. That's obviously just a lean. Shout out to chat, Leroy Flood, Bubba Wallace. Appreciate you guys. All right, next game is Athletics versus Rangers. Oakland minus 155, under over set at 8.5. Chris Bassett Hound versus the lefty Colby Allard. Since moving into the rotation, Allard has been pretty damn good. 20 innings started, 6 earned runs, 20 strikeouts. He pitched both in LA versus the Dodgers and in Seattle, and then he had home versus Tampa Bay and Minnesota. So not the best of offenses, and a couple teams who struggle against lefties. But with that said, his advanced numbers are pretty good. His hard hit rate is down. Strikeouts are up, and he's barely walking anybody. Looks like the Yankees just walked off the game. Luke Voigt must have just walked off. I don't exactly know what happened, but let's keep to this. So, as I mentioned, Allard, his hard hit rate is down, strikeouts are up, and he's barely walking anyone. So that's definitely good. Bassett, his advanced numbers are good as well, but as I mentioned a lot on these videos, Bassett is just not a guy, he doesn't pass the eye test for me. He's not a guy that I like, okay? Could be totally different for you when you watch him. The numbers say he's better than what I think he is, but sometimes you got to take that into effect, and I definitely take that into effect with a couple different starters that I'm not as high on and I don't really like to back. And Bassett is one of them. He's on the road here. He obviously pitches better at home. He's on the road here. This will be his first matchup versus the Rangers this year. They only have 25 total at bats for him. They do have a little bit of success, but 25 total at bats, definitely not enough to go off of. With that said, I do think the A's are the side here, but I'm not laying this price, minus 150 with Bassett on the road. So ultimately, I'm off this game. Lean would be the first 5 under, as Texas is definitely a pitcher's park. Killer live stream, Joey Work. Appreciate you, WT. We're here, buddy, going through every single game for tomorrow, Thursday. That is June 24th. So next game I got is Baltimore-Toronto. I don't have a line on this game because it doesn't look like there was a starting name for either of these teams, but I'm seeing Dean Kramer, Anthony Kay, 10 miles out, the wind blowing. If that's the case, close your eyes, just bet the over. All right, because the Orioles are going to score off Anthony Kay, and the Blue Jays are going to score off Dean Kramer. With that said, these guys both have ERAs in the 6s. They're playing in Buffalo, which is definitely a hitter-friendly park. Toronto's lineup looked much better today. They scored some runs. I actually don't only think they scored 3 runs, but they also played in Miami, which is not a great hitter's park. And they did face a tough starter, but now they're getting much easier guy here. Baltimore is going against a lefty, Anthony Kay. Baltimore hits lefties really well. And George Springer's back in that lineup for the Blue Jays. So the number, if they set a 9.5, 10, even 10, 9.5, I would love. If they set a 10 in this game, I'm betting the over. So no line there, but that's just obviously a lean. Next game is Astros versus Tigers. Houston minus 190. Under over is set at 9.5. Luis Garcia for the Astros. And it's looking like Jose Urena for the Tigers. Obviously, Urena he struggled a lot. His advanced numbers, not very good. He is Luis Garcia. I'm pretty sure. So he skipped basically all of the minors. He pitched in high A ball, skipped all of the minors. Then he went right to the majors last year. But he only made 1 start last year, so this is technically his rookie year. He's been really good this year, but he definitely had a little luck on his side thus far. Even last start, he gave up 7 hits, worked out of plenty of jams, and only actually gave up 1 earned run. So he has had a little bit of luck on his side. But with that said, I do expect about 5 innings from him. About 5 innings. He probably limits this Tigers team, who are also seeing him for the first time. And the losing his first 5 pitchers on the other side, Jose Urena going for the Tigers. So he has the worst record, first 5 in all of baseball this year, or he's backing him. He lost the most amount of money in the first 5 this year. So definitely not. Even before hearing that stat, I wasn't interested in backing Jose Urena because his ERA, xFIP, all the advanced stats are really bad. And if the eye test, another guy, you watch him, you're not going to like what you see. He did start this year pretty good, I guess you could say this year. But he's now given up 15 runs, 14 earned over his past 2 starts. Only 2 starts, and he only pitched 6 innings in those 2 starts. So he's had over a 5 ERA each of his last 3 seasons. And, I really wouldn't be surprised to see him DFA'd soon. Like, if they need a clear spot for somebody gets healthy on this team. Obviously, he is pitching for the Tigers, who at this point, it's looking like they just need guys to eat innings, come spot start sometimes. So he may eat up a rotation spot a little longer, but the guy is not good. And, I really wouldn't be surprised if he gets cut soon. He does use his sinker almost 50% of the time. He tries to limit hard contact while basing, striking out maybe 2 guys a game. So he's not really striking out much people. Tries to keep the ball down with the sinker, limit hard contact. I mean, obviously it hasn't been that good. I understand, the Astros are traveling in from Baltimore to Detroit for this game. But the Astros have won 10 games in a row. They're the only side I can take in this game. They are mashing the ball. I haven't pulled the trigger as obviously the price is a little juicy. But if I do make a move, I will let Run Pure Bet subscribers know about it. and I will add you guys all in the Discord and whatnot. Be sure if you hit the like button for me, guys. I really would appreciate that. If you have any questions, throw them in the chat. I will answer them for you guys for sure. And, I'm just going to keep going through all these games. And let's get some freaking winners. Let's stay hot. I was 30-20 coming in 2 days ago. Then I went 3-1. And today I'm looking to go 2-2 officially on Rump Your Bets. So that'll, put me 35 and a little bit, I'll be up about 10 units on the month. So we're doing really well for Rump Your Bet subscribers. And for all these YouTube videos, are definitely killing it as well. You're up about 16, 15 units on these YouTube videos as well. So next game we got is Braves versus Reds. I don't have a line because to be determined starter for Atlanta. Maybe Josh Tomlin, maybe not. I'm not sure yet, so we will find out. But it's looking like Tony Santillan for the Reds. He's only started 2 games in his MLB career. He hasn't pitched more than 4 2/3, and he's pitched 8 total innings. He's walked 5 batters. He hit 2 people. So clearly he's having a little trouble with the zone, which is something he definitely had problems with in the minors as well. His strikeout upside is always there, and it will be the Braves' first time seeing them. And their lineup is definitely a little deflated without Marcell Ozuna, and Acuna was not in the lineup today either. So, we definitely got to check and see if he's in tomorrow. Otherwise, depending on who starts for Atlanta, if it is Josh Tomlin, I am very interested in the Reds or even the over in this game because I am somewhat unsure what we'll get out of Tony, but I don't. He could, he probably could limit this Atlanta offense depending on who's in that lineup. But I do expect the Reds to score, especially if Josh Tomlin is named the starter. But, send some questions. Joey, what's up? Need some fire tomorrow. All right, Gary, I'm here for the fire. But, I'm here for the fire. We've been riding hot. So, I'm telling you, just slowly and surely wins the race in baseball. 1 unit at a time, no 10-unit plays, none of that. I'm not none of these YouTube or these Twitter cappers 10-unit best bet. We don't do that here. We win. So we bet 1 unit on every single play, and slow and steady wins the race. And guess what? It's been winning the race. It's been winning the race every year in MLB for me, and this year's no different. Leroy Flood, how do you become a Run Pure Bet subscriber? So you go to runpurebets.com. You sign up. You could sign up for a month. I think it's $20 a month, or no, $60 a month, $20 a week. But if you use the code BETS25 off, you get 25% off your first month. So that's even a week, that's $16 for the week, or it's about $45 for the month. You really can't beat that. I mean, I don't know how much you're betting, but you get that back on one bet, honestly. And then we have a private Discord. We have there's a live show. Jay does live shows on the weekend for NASCAR, for UFC, a lot of times for NBA as well. Spread does shows all the time, and you get our official track plays. All these guys on Twitter give you plays, they 10 units, blah, 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 but they don't track shit. And if they do track it, it's them tracking it. There's no, you can't look at it and say, he changed this one or anything. Ours is fully tracked. Nothing, we can't change anything. You see everything. So, I mean, we're as transparent as you get. But Santillan gave up 2 home runs to the Pads in 3 innings. Hey, WT, tell me how many strikeouts he has, please. I appreciate that. I'm not watching the game. Obviously, I'm on the live stream here. But let me know how many strikeouts he's got. Princess Chachu in the house. Gary Wyatt. Anthony Morrison. My guy, Martin Riggs. What's up, Marty? Leroy Flood. Appreciate you guys. Live now, talking the entire MLB slate for tomorrow. Come chop it up. Free plays. Sending a tweet out to get some more viewers in here. All right. Musgrove no-hitter through 3. I love it, Bubba Wallace. 8 Ks. No, I'm talking about Bauer. Bauer's got 2 Ks. That's what I'm talking about. What's up, Jordan Elmore? Appreciate you. Musgrove, no hitter. I got Musgrove on my fantasy team. I'm in a keeper fantasy league auction draft. I paid about $18 for Joe Musgrove, which is pristine price. I just kept paying. I kept bidding for him because I really wanted him, and I'm very happy with what he's done thus far. And obviously, he's got a no hitter. He has 8 strikeouts. 4 strikeouts. Okay, I don't know what this guy's saying. 8 strikeouts. He's got to be talking about a different pitcher, a different game. But yeah. So, all right, moving on. Let's move on here because I took enough time baloneying. Okay, so Washington Nationals, Miami Marlins next game. Washington minus 110 favorites, and under over set at 8.5. It's looking like Joe Ross versus Cody Petite. So Joe Ross, he's basically known because he only has 3 pitches, and his brother. But his sinker, he uses more than 40% of the time. Obviously, he pitches somewhat to contact with the sinker. He has a slider and a 4-seamer. He has slowly worked in a changeup, but he barely throws it. So he really has 3 pitches, sinker, slider, 4-seamer. His career advance numbers, not good. He's allowed a 446 X slugging percentage, 332 X weighted on base percentage. And this year, he either gets hits really hard or pitches, pretty good. So in the Marlins only have 20 total plate appearances versus him. They have a 356 X weighted on base percentage. But this Marlins offense has disappeared a lot this year, specifically at home where this game is being played. And Mr. Petit's advanced numbers, nothing to write home about either. But this is his first year in the big, so take it with a grain of salt. His surface numbers aren't terrible. He pitched really good his first 3 starts, quite the opposite the last 3. He hasn't got past 4 innings, allowing 10 runs in his last 3 starts in a total of 10 innings. He walked 2 batters in his first 3 starts. He came back and walked 10 in the last 3. So it's really been a tale of two halves for this guy, and he's only had 6 starts. One thing to note, he did start 5 of the 6 games on the road, and the one at home, he pitched 7 innings, 3 hit ball versus the Mets. Again, this was a Mets team that was missing a lot of hogs in that lineup, so take it with a grain of salt. That was his first win of the year, but I think this is Atlanta's first time seeing him as well, so I think they can have some success here. Or this is Washington's first time seeing them. I'm sorry, but I do think they could have some success here. But again, this is Marlins Park, and Marlins Park is a lot of times if that ball gets in the air, unless you freaking hit it good, it's going to be an out. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I would lean under. That's why that 8.5 got bet down to 8 because a lot of people agree with me. You would lean under, even with Cody Petite and Joe Ross on the hill. I can't believe I'm saying it, but that's what it is. No official play, but the lean there would be under. Okay. Next, Boston Red Sox, Tampa Bay Rays. Next game, Nick Pivetta. I'm not sure who is starting for Tampa Bay. Looking like Michael Wacha. So with that said, both these bullpens are gassed as they pitched a lot the last 2 games. And this is the last game of a 4-game set. Today, I would assume Tampa Bay won. Yesterday, Boston won. Or maybe this is only a 3rd game, 3 games. They won 1 going into it. But I know not yesterday, they used a lot of bullpens, both of them. They went to extras, played a lot of game. And today, even Boston's starter got pulled early. They probably pitched about 6 innings out of the bullpen, maybe 7. And Tampa only got about 5 innings out of Rich Hill. So, and Boston's bullpen is definitely better than Tampa's. But if Wacha does start here, I am very interested in taking the Red Sox. You kind of know what you're going to get out of Nick Pivetta. About 5-6 innings, 2 earned runs. He hasn't been great this year, but obviously he gets Tampa, which is a pitcher's park, and a team who hasn't seen much of him in the Rays. Also, the Rays are very, very hit or miss. They've been times where they smash the ball, and there's times where they get zeroed out. Wacha, he's been really bad. He hasn't pitched more than 3 innings since April 27th. As I mentioned earlier, the Rays bullpen is gassed, so I'm very interested in taking my chances with the Red Sox here. If I get Waka for 3 innings and the Tampa Bay bullpen, I think the Red Sox could win this game. Obviously, there's no line because I don't know who the starter will be. But I really do like the Red Sox, possibly the Red Sox team total over, depending on who is named the starter. But obviously, Run Pure Bet subscribers, I will let you know if I make a move. Cleveland Indians, Minnesota Twins. Twins minus 160, under over set at 9. So Cleveland is traveling in from Chicago here. And then both teams did have off today, and the Twins are coming off a home set versus the Reds. So the Twins didn't travel. They're just staying. They had an off day, but both teams are off, and Cleveland's traveling in. The Twins bats, have started to open up a little bit because they were struggling at the beginning of the year. They do get a favorable matchup here versus J.C. Mejia. This is his first year in the bigs. He's only started 4 games after starting the season in the minors. He won't pitch more than about 4 innings, maybe 5 at the most. And he has got rocked on the road in his 2 starts, 5 innings, 6 earned runs versus the Pirates in Pittsburgh. And he got 2 outs in St. Louis before being pulled in the first inning after giving up 4 earned runs. With all that being said, his advanced numbers are actually better than those surface numbers. He has a 3.67 FIP compared to his over 6 ERA. And he has a 1.25 whip, 16 strikeouts, 5 walks through 17, almost 18 innings this year. So Berrios going for the Twins. He has very good numbers versus Indians team. They bat 183 and over 60 at-bats versus him. And Berrios is like Mr. Consistent. He'll give you 6-7 innings every start, about 2 earned runs, barely issues any free passes, and he strikes out, about an inning, batter per inning. So he obviously gets a Cleveland squad he pitched against on August 26th. He went 5 2/3, 2 earned runs versus this team. This Cleveland team doesn't strike out a lot, but again, they are one of the lowest scoring. I'm pretty sure they're in the bottom 5 in runs scored in the first 5. So I do like the Twins here, but I'm not laying minus 160 with a team that is 31 and 42. I know they're at home, but I just can't do it. With their best pitcher, I just can't do it. This team has really struggled to win games all year, so I'm not interested in laying the minus 160. Potentially Twins team total over, but I'm not fairly confident in that. So no official play here for me. Next game is Pirates-Cardinals. Cardinals minus 150, under over set at 9. We got a little Carlos Martinez, Chad Kuhl matchup. I mean, the Pirates are bad, but they should be able to score off of Carlos Martinez. He's allowed 25 runs in his last 4 starts. That's 14 innings. Last 4 starts, 14 innings, 25 earned. I mean, holy hell, that's got to be, the worst, the last 4 starts, probably in all of baseball. He hasn't got past the 4th inning in 3 of his last 4 starts. He entered this game with almost a 7 ERA in 68 innings this year. However, going back to May 2nd versus Pirates team, he pitched 8 scoreless. Overall, in 110 plate appearances, the Pirates, they do have good numbers versus Martinez. 412 weighted on base percentage, 418 slugging percentage, and only striking out slightly under 8%. So his advanced stuff is bad too. 484 slugging on the year, 45% hard hit rate, plus almost a 400 X weighted on base percentage. So all things point that Pirates will score some runs here. The thing is, Chad Kuhl, same basically goes for him. The Cardinals have good numbers versus him, 428 slugging percentage, 353 weighted on base percentage against, and the guy's had a lot of trouble finding the zone. He's walked 22 batters in about 35 innings. And he's really yet to face a good offense. If you look at the teams he faced, he's really yet to face one of those powerhouse offense. Don't get me wrong, St. Louis, not the best offense, but they should be able to score some runs off of a bad Chad Kuhl. So all in all, I do expect runs here, but both teams are traveling in. Both teams were on the road today, or yesterday, and they are traveling in. So I can see a slow start here. So no pregame bet for me, but I will be looking to fire on the total live. If I could get that number at 7.5, even 7 would be wonderful. If I could get that total at 7, I will be firing at the over there. Nathan Rita, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Pete Perez, my guy. Princess Chachu, appreciate you, buddy. Appreciate you all. Hit the like button for me. I don't ask for much. Thank you. Okay, next game I got is Cubs-Dodgers. Is that the last game? It's looking like that's the last game already. I'm moving through this. Cubs-Dodgers. Dodgers minus 220, under over 7.5. Zach Davies versus Walker Buehler. Wind blowing 8 miles an hour out. That's as of right now. Obviously, that can change for tomorrow night. But the Cubs team has really struggled at the plate this year. They're second to last in batting average, 20th on base percentage. And the last 10 games, they scored over 2 runs only once. And that was today or yesterday. The last game, they scored 7 runs. Other than that, 9 out of 10, they've only scored 2 runs or fewer. Obviously, they did play 6 of those games in Wrigley Field. I'm sure that the wind played a factor a little bit, but I mean, this team's offense has really struggled. And shitty Zach Davies is on the hill. You know, the guy has nothing overpowering. And the Dodgers just, they're getting beat up in San Diego. They might get swept in San Diego. So I think they get right back to work tomorrow. And pound Zach Davies early just because, they need it mentally. They need it for their team. Obviously, looks like Bellinger came back tonight as well. So this is a great get-right spot. Buehler obviously should limit this Cubs offense to few, if any, runs because they clearly have struggled a lot to score runs. And the Dodgers, I think the Dodgers easily cruise 7-1, 7-2 win here. So obviously I'm not going to lay the minus 220 on the Dodgers, but the official play, I'm going to just take the Dodgers team total over 4.5. That's available via BetMGM in New Jersey at plus 110. That number will move. I'm telling you right now, that number is going to move. I wouldn't be surprised if it's at 5 or 4.5, switches to minus 110 by the morning. So if you have that line, I would bet it now. So one official best bet will be Dodgers team total over 4.5, plus 110 via BetMGM. Obviously, I'm missing lines for about 3 different games. Missing lines: Atlanta, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Toronto, and Boston, Tampa Bay. Because starters are yet to be finalized or whatnot. And I obviously don't have any totals in that game either. But so only one official best bet on, but I obviously ran through all my looks, my leans and whatnot. Run Pure Bet subscribers, I will be firing on more than that game. Don't you guys worry. I'm just going to wait until a couple more lines come in. I'll do some more homework. It might not be till the morning because I will be up nice and early, about 8 a.m. on the East Coast. And I will at you all in the Discord when I make a move and post it on the official Run Pure Bets spreadsheet. So if you're not signed up, great time to sign up. RunPureBets.com. Use promo code BETS25 off to get 25% off your first month or first week purchase. And I'll tell you, just try it out. Try it out for a week, try it out for a month. Tell me what you like, what you don't like, and I guarantee you'll like it. I mean, we have a lot of premium content, articles on the page at all time, and you get, basically you get private access to me and the rest of the Run Pure Bets cappers. You can just literally add us in the Discord, and we will answer within the half hour, within the hour at most, really, and answer any of your questions you have on a game that, it's not on my card, that you just have a question about or anything, and all that. But I really appreciate you guys for hanging out. Hit the like button for me. Princess Chu, he's got minus 120 on that LED Dodgers team total over. Wow, man. You gotta, I'm not sure if you only have one book or whatnot, but obviously in sports betting, you need to have multiple book options and you need to shop around and get the best price. That's really like half the battle. I have about 6, 7 different options. Obviously in New Jersey, it's legal. So I have about 7 different sports books and you got plenty of options. And I mean, it's really, really vital to get the best number. But if that's the only number you have, it is what it is. I'm not, totally against it. I wouldn't go much higher than that, though. P. Perez has hit the like button. I appreciate you. Cards. Tease, my guy Tease in the house. Cards are due after getting stomped in Detroit. I mean, it's hard to say anybody's due. I don't really like to play that narrative, but I do understand where you're coming from. And the Hawks, Bubba Wallace told me the Hawks won. Trae Young had 48. Wow, Hawks win game 1. Good for them. Imagine the Hawks go to the finals. Oh, my goodness. Hawks-Suns finals? Holy hell. Craziness. Who could have predicted that? But, hey, good for them. All right, so that's all you get from me. I've been doing this half hour. All 10 games ran through. I will be back. Today is Wednesday night. I'll be back Friday with UFC fighter Dakota Bush. I'll be interviewing him on this YouTube channel. So Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Turn your notifications on so you know when I go live on Friday. And then I'll be back Sunday with JJ and Holden breaking down the rest of the MLB card for Sunday. Obviously, JJ will have you covered for baseball until then. All my Run Pure subscribers, obviously, I will let you guys know if I make when I make more moves for tomorrow's card. But I appreciate you guys all hanging out. I appreciate you, everybody in the chat, for chiming in and watching the video. Hit the like button for me. Thank you very much. Comment on the video. Just, tell me thank you. You like Sauce Bay. Tell me whatever. Who you want to win tomorrow. Which is your best bet for tomorrow. The comment section is warm, as JJ always says. I will not yell at you if you get a pick wrong. It's no harm, no foul here. It's all we're all just sharing our knowledge. That's what I'm here. I'm putting in the hard work, and it's really been paying off, especially this month. I'm up almost 10 units in baseball this month, and it feels good, so I'm doing it for you guys. So I really appreciate all I ask for is a like. DJ Big Boss, my guy in the house. What is up? But yeah, I'll be back Friday with the UFC fighter Dakota Bush, and then Sunday with JJ and Holden. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, peace and love. Gamble responsibly. Joey works out. Peace.